Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Melissa and you found yourself at Melissa's Cozy Corner where we talk about books, baking, and cozy content. And today we're going to be talking about an essential. We're going to be talking about our winter emergency kit. The kit to get us ready for the winter spirit. And this is just a little basket full of all the little things that I believe are perfect to get us into the winter mood, to get us into the winter spirit, and to kind of just prepare us for the wonderless, for the wonderful and exciting time of this winter journey. So I do hope you guys are excited for this video. I'm excited to share all of my little tiny pieces with you guys. And like I said, this is just like a little emergency kit. These are just little things that are perfect to have around the corner just to get you into the mood of winter glee. So let's go ahead and get started. I think honestly, the number one thing that always gets me into the mood for the holidays and into the mood for winter is a big cozy blanket. And I didn't even put it in my basket because this thing just lives on my sofa. I just got this. It's so warm and cozy and fluffy, and it's also two-toned, so there's a beige side and the white side. And I just love it. I love a new blanket. I love a new cozy thing to cuddle with. And this has been absolutely perfect. And it doesn't fit my basket because it's big and fluffy. So if you are a cuddler or a cozier or a book reader or somebody who just likes to cozy down and get comfy on the sofa, I highly recommend a big fluffy blanket that's just gonna wrap around you and swallow you whole and keep you warm. So that's number one of my emergency kit is my big fluffy warm blanket. The next thing I really like to do to get ready for the winter season, to kind of get me in the mood for the holidays, are lights. Because it's so dark outside, it's 5 o'clock right now. I'm using a lot of internal lighting to light my video right now, so I do apologize if it looks a little weird. I'm working on it. But because it's 5 o'clock, it's already really dark outside. It's hard to kind of make sure we're feeling awake and energetic through the whole entire day when most of our day is actually spent in darkness. So I highly recommend getting just some lights that are really easy to put up. These are just battery powered. I bought them at, I think, it's kind of like our Walmart or our Target. And they're really nice, really easy, and I just put them all over the apartment. I have them hanging on our shelves. I have them hanging behind us, as you can tell. I also put them above in our kitchen and just kind of around to add a little bit more glee and warmth throughout the apartment. So I make sure I get warm yellow light because warm yellow light is a very calming color. And then I like this one because it's like glittery. So I get warm light, so it's really soft, really kind of welcoming. And I have them kind of spread out through my whole entire apartment just to make sure I have a nice warmthness throughout the day. Yes, I do understand we do have to turn off all these lights before we go to bed, but I find that these create a nice glow in not just the apartment, but also in my heart. I really like the feeling they give me, and they also bring a lot of brightness and support when it's dark outside. So I highly recommend some beautiful lights just to put around, even if it's just in your apartment behind your sofa, to add a little bit of brightness into your room as the day gets a little darker. So lights are my second thing. And of course, we have to have some treats. So I love baking, of course. But I also love buying baked goods because I don't want to bake everything. And some of these bakes I can't even do, like Christstollen. So Christstollen is a baked good that we have in Germany. It's only sold during the holidays. And this stuff is just so good. It's like a loaf, a cake loaf. And this one has marzipan in the middle of it. So like an almond paste in the middle. And it has dried fruits, and it's just delightful and tasty and really rich and tastes like Christmas. But there's a bunch of different baked goods or baked treats. So we also have these little stars. These are Zimtsternen, so cinnamon stars. And these are also really good. I could make these myself, but they're gonna take way longer, and it's just so much fun just to buy them and be able to snack on them. So I got my cozy blanket, I got my beautiful lights, and now I got my treats, and I'm perfectly happy. So I do love baking during the holidays, during the winter time, because it also keeps the apartment really nice and warm without having to turn on the heaters all the time. But having a nice sweet treat just for a little snack, just to warm your heart, especially by adding a little cinnamon in there, definitely helps and goes a long way. And with a sweet treat, we need marshmallows and hot cocoa. So I absolutely adore hot chocolate. I think hot chocolate is a gateway to happiness, especially if you're a chocolate fan. If you're not a chocolate fan, maybe it's not the best direction, but I think Mexican hot chocolate is actually a good medium happy place. It doesn't seem too chocolatey. This is actually Mexican hot chocolate right here, so it has a little bit of cinnamon in it. You can also get Mexican hot chocolate with a little bit of spice, so a little bit of like pepper. It's not pepper, but it's chili peppers. But this one just has cinnamon in it, and it adds a little zing to your cocoa. And of course we have the marshmallows. And with our marshmallows, just to make it a little bit more, trying not to make so much noise, but just to make it a little bit more holiday, a little bit more wintry, I have candy canes. So a nice lovely cup of hot cocoa with some candy canes, whipped cream on top, a little bit of marshmallow in there. I don't know if you could get any better than that. So I definitely think hot cocoa is a must need, or at least some delicious teas. Finding a perfect, really rich, not rich in sweetness, but rich in smell and flavor during this time of season, I think is perfect. So for example, there's this cranberry tea that I really love drinking during this time. It tastes like a little cranberry muffin, and I think it reminds me exactly of the holidays. It reminds me exactly of winter, and I love drinking it during this time of season just because it adds a nice warmthness into my heart. So having a nice cozy drink, whether that be hot cocoa with marshmallows or whether that be a beautiful tasty tea, finding something that just warms your heart during the holidays or during the winter time is really, really perfect. Now, this one is not required. It's just a way that I think I like to bring in the winter time into my apartment. I love to decorate. I think it's just a great way to make the home feel very warm and cozy and welcoming, especially during the different seasons. With winter being so dark and so cold, I love making the apartment very warm, not in heat, but with decorations. So I always have like pillows out that add a nice warmth, and these ones are velvet, so they're nice and soft. I like adding little decorations around the apartment too, and I think these are absolutely gorgeous. They're feathers that have been turned into flowers, and so you can hang them up on a tree, or you can put them on your counter, or you can put them around candles. But just adding a little bit of decoration that adds a little bit of brightness and warmthness into your home definitely helps me during this season. And I think it's a great way to just make you want to come home and cozy up with all your stuff. So these are absolutely gorgeous. I got 2 of them to go with my candles. No, I'm not gonna put them with the candles because that's a fire hazard, but I thought they would be really pretty around some of my battery powered candles. So some beautiful decorations. And speaking of candles, we have to have sense of winter in our home. So I have, of course, a crap ton of fall smells. So I have like pumpkin toffee and pumpkin pie and pumpkin blah, 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 and more. But I think a lot of those fall smells can also carry over to our winter time. Like this one's an apple honey butter, and this one smells really delightful, really warm and like spices. So I think this one carries over very nicely for winter. But something I actually really, really love during the winter time is the smell of outside when it's cold and the woods smell really fresh and like it's just had a good rain and it smells very earthy. And so one of the candles I ended up getting is hickory clove, and this smells very earthy and just, it smells like a warm fire on a cold day, and I think it's it's great to have a smell in your home that just makes it warm as well. We've been very focused on the warmthness of home and creating a nice cozy feeling, and adding a candle, even if it's just one of those scented candles that you don't light, because I know a lot of people actually don't like lighting candles. But if you get something that has a smell, so air freshener or anything like that, that has a nice warming smell, that will definitely help kind of create a nice wintry feel, especially if it's a smell that reminds you of winter, be that outdoorsy, woodsy smell, or spices, or cookies. Adding one of those things into your home can definitely add a warmthness and a coziness to it as well. And then with our coziness, our candles, our hot cocoa, our treats, our decorations, we have books and movies. Books and movies are always going to be on my list for each seasonal kit. I think books and movies are my go-to when I'm trying to create a nice warmthness or a nice feeling in my home. For example, during the fall, I have more cozy, fall-y content, and I think during winter I do also have still cozy content, but it ends up being more all around cozy, so it's not generally kind of creating the atmosphere of fall, it's just creating an atmosphere of I'm gonna cozy up and read a really good book right now, or I'm gonna watch one of my favorite movies and enjoy it. So one of the books I've read about 3 years ago actually now, is The Queen's Gambit. I read this after watching the show, and I actually really enjoyed the book as well. I think the book is very entertaining, very enlightening, and very smart. So if you don't know anything about chess, don't stress. That right? They do talk about chess in it, but it's not to the point where you're gonna be really confused. But it is also a very good read. I very much enjoyed it, and it's a book I actually read during the winter time, and I thought it was a definitely cozy book where I could cozy up in a blanket and fall in love with a book and read all day long, especially when it's dark outside. It's perfect to read a good, wonderful, comfy book. And for movies, I think it's always great to have a couple movies that you really truly love that you can pop on the TV if you need something kind of warm-hearted or heartwarming. Heartwarming. So I love Julie and Julia. I think this is one of my favorite movies. This is my go-to. I'm gonna sit on the sofa and be happy and sad all at the same time. And that's definitely a winter feeling for me, I think. I love the feelings to just overflow in me. And then I have The Never-Ending Story, of course. This one's one of my favorites as a kid, and I just love to continue watching it. I think it's just a wonderful, fantastical movie, and it's just, it's one of those feel movies. It's a movie that's gonna make you laugh, it's gonna make you smile, it's gonna make you cry, and it's gonna stress you out. So Never-Ending Story is another movie I love to watch during the season. This season for me is a time for me to go through, I wouldn't say go through all of my emotions, but it's a time for me to be able to just be emotional and be okay about it. I'm wanting to be able to cry when I want to cry, I want to smile when I want to smile, and I want to rejoice in all of the things that's happened this year. And with winter, it's so dark, it's so easy to kind of get in a cryy mood, and that's completely okay. And it's good to have a good cry, and sometimes we just need a good movie to help us cry. But it's also good to find things that are going to make us happy and wonderful and grand. And so finding movies that definitely lift your heart and lift your soul and give you those good feelings are very important. So finding movies or books or music, holiday music. Michael Bublé, I know Michael Bublé is not as popular as he used to be, but I love his Christmas music. It's one of my favorite albums, and I will listen to it over and over again. And he does holiday songs, and it's just a warm little cup of cocoa in my heart of Michael Bublé. So finding that entertainment that's really just gonna lift your heart is really important. And I think finding movies and books and music are perfect for this time of season. If you guys have any recommendations of things that you love during the season, I would love to hear it. So like, for example, the books, movies, and music. If you have any recommendations, I'm always looking for more things. The Holiday is another movie I will watch over and over and over again every single year. Also About Time. That movie just, oh, my heart just squeezes around that movie itself. I love that movie. So if you have any other just heartwarming, wonderful, movies, make sure you post those down in the comments below, not just for me, but for other people as well who are looking for heartwarming, cozy, just winter wonderland happiness. Of course, we also have our classic Scrooge, The Christmas Carol. These are our books and movies that are perfect for this season. So make sure you're kind of checking out those things as well. But just do what you love. If you love watching Lord of the Rings during this time, watch Lord of the Rings. Watch the things that you truly love, because this is the time for you to enjoy the things you love, enjoy the things without any question, and just soak in all of the oof you want and need. So I'm actually not done. There's a couple more things on my list that's part of my cozy kit, and 2 of them involve nobody. You can do it by yourself, which is an arts and craft activity. So I've been picking up crocheting. I'm sure some of you guys saw that in my videos in the fall season. I did sunflowers. I did so many ghosts. I can't even tell you how many ghosts I crocheted. I also did little pumpkin monsters and more and more and more. But during this season, I think I'm gonna do more holiday stuff and snowflakes and just more softer things, and not as much probably. But there's also, I love playing games during this time of year as well. So getting together with a friend or your family or friends, or also grabbing a Switch and playing a game online, like Animal Crossing was really big, and I actually really enjoyed Animal Crossing during the winter season. Making a snowman was difficult, but also fun sometimes. But finding a game to be able to play with others, or if you want to play online, finding those things that are going to actually create a nice activity during this time where it's darker outside and you can't go outside as often. So make that crafty activity, which we're going to be doing in a couple videos this season. So I hope you're ready for some crafty things. Or playing a game like Uno or Dominoes. These are great for playing. Dominoes is great if you're just having one other person playing with you, but Uno is also fun as a quick, really intense, enjoyable game. And I really like Uno Flip. That was a fun one. And those are my things for my winter emergency kit. Things that I recommend having just around at home to create a cozy, warm atmosphere at home, to create a cozy, warm heart and mind and just feeling, especially during the season. It's needed, and make sure you're reaching out to friends and family. Don't worry about buying gifts, by the way. I'm a gift buyer. I feel like I need to buy everybody a gift, but I'm also trying to teach myself that it's also really great just to make a card, being crafty and make cards. So maybe we'll make cards with each other in a couple weeks, but also just saying, hey, I'm thinking about you and I hope you're doing well. And just like that, I'm thinking about you and I hope you're also doing well, because I'm really excited for the season with you guys. I really look forward to spending my holidays with you, and I really look forward to hearing about what you guys are up to. So if I've missed anything in this emergency kit, let me know. Let me know if there's something you would have in here or you would have taken out. I would like to know what your emergency kit looks like. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys, like always, and I hope you're doing well. And until next time, I think I'm gonna let you guys go. And I think that's it for today's video. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I hope you have a fantastic end of your November, and I'll be seeing you guys almost at the beginning of December, which is pretty freaking crazy. So until next time, you guys, I hope you have a lovely day. Ciao!